The Josh Windass rumours to Rangers continue to circulate, and hell, I think they're intensifying, folks. So if you don't want Josh Windass, you could be in trouble. And I think the worrying thing is, from a Josh Windass perspective, I was talking about yesterday, oh, Josh Windass, at least he's an option that we kind of need, a winger. And at least he's a few years younger than John Lundstrom. I've had a starter in realisation since I made that video. He's 31. How is Josh Windass 31? Josh Windass is the same age as John Lundstrom. But then when the more I think of it, it's like, he hasn't played for us in donkeys, literally since Gerrard came in. Now obviously Windass hints at the fact, oh, Gerrard was fuming, I had to go. But that's from Windass himself, of course, he'd say that. It's like over 7 years ago since this guy played for us. Which, again, puts him at 24 when he left. I thought he was younger than that, I thought he was honestly, I thought Windass was 27, but then that probably makes him too young when he played for us, like late teens, 20, so maybe 31's just about right. But for me, folks, I can't believe he's 31. I thought at the oldest he would have been 28, 29. 31 just seems like Josh Windass 31. That doesn't sound right to me, but according to the Sheffield Stars, they had to write, Rangers are considering a move to take Josh Windass back to Ibrox, but Coventry City, Derby County and Norwich City are also admirers of the 31-year-old Sheffield Wednesday forward, and there is further interest from Germany. So obviously German clubs interested, a whole host of championship clubs interested in him. Honestly, that's taking me back. A 31-year-old. Again, I'm not saying at 31 you're done, but my problem with him being 31 is just like, hi. I'm not suggesting that he's done, he wouldn't offer absolutely anything, but I did a stream last night and most people don't want Josh Windass, so I say most people don't want Josh Windass. Barely anyone wanted Martin, and the 49ers brought him in, so it tends to be whatever the 49ers want, that's who they're going to bring in. So it'll be interesting to say the least to see who they actually do bring in, to be honest, but it'll be interesting. I think we're actually going to probably need to put up a poll about Josh Windass to see if people actually want him or not, because I think the vast majority don't. But like I said yesterday, if it was a choice between him and Lundstrom, I'm absolutely taking Windass, even with the fact they're both 31, which is shocking to me, folks, but that's what I think. At least, speaking of Rangers, Luke de Jong has returned to training at PSV despite links with Rangers. I don't think Luke de Jong's happening, but here, crazier things have happened in the world of football. You never know. I just don't think it's going to happen, to be honest, guys, because I just see him ending his career at PSV. He's a PSV legend. I mean, I get it. If he's no longer good enough, then they might be like, right, we'll force you at the door, kind of thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if he agrees some form of extension to. I mean, he's 34. He's not exactly done, as much as some people want to believe he's done. And like I said, I would rather him over Vardy, because a 34-year-old Luke de Jong offers a bit more than a 38-year-old Jamie Vardy, I think we have to say, folks. But and finally, this move's been talked about quite a lot. I mean, Rodgers did say yesterday, I've seen an article by Glasgow Times, that there's no imminent signings coming to Celtic. Well, there could be one. As Kawasaki Frontale striker Shin Yamata has agreed a 1.5 million transfer to Celtic, and the 25-year-old will arrive in Scotland after Japan face South Korea on the 15th of July. Already though, we've talked to this guy quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, people laugh. Some people laugh at the 1.5 million price tag, but I mean, obviously Celtic have went into the Japan market before and signed really well. Admittedly, they've went into it before and not signed really well. Kobayashi, Ideguchi, just name a few of those ones, but obviously Kyogo, Hatate, Dyson Maeda, etc, etc. But there is no guarantees here, but I thought they would have signed a striker worth a wee bit more. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, but I think it could be a decent sign, but I don't really know an awful lot about him. You know what I mean? Like every signing this summer, there's no point judging them here at the start of July. You need to, well, I'm not saying you need to judge them at the end of next season, because I've judged plenty of players before it got to the end of the first season of their career at clubs, but July's far too early, folks, and this guy's not even through the door. So, but here, after a few months, and hell, sometimes it takes a player to warm up. You know what I mean? We've seen some great players not hit the ground running, and then eventually hit it. So we'll have to wait and see. But leave your thoughts down below. That is the latest. Josh Windass, can't believe he's 31. That's crazy. But until next time, peace.